Hello? Hello there. Hello. How are you? Anybody there? I don't know. I didn't want that. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Yes? Sounds good? Okay. I'm continuing because this is I don't want to waste Khalil's time. This is a very special moment. It is a privilege. This is historic. I don't want to waste time anymore. Okay, I want to go straight into the questions. So remember, Dale is getting the questions from the chat. Dale is getting the questions. I am going to read the questions. I'm going to pass the questions, and Dale is also going to pass the questions to Khalil. Khalil is going to respond. Okay, let's try to make it dynamic and respond as many questions as possible. So, Dale, if you hear me, please start with the questions. I'm ready to receive the questions and pass them to Khalil. Okay? Now, before we get the first question, this needs to start up. Bad sound again? Oh my God. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't do anything anymore about this. I don't know why. Can't believe this. One second, please. Why is it vibrating? I don't understand. Okay. It's good, it's not good, it's better. I don't know if I should continue or I should not. Okay, let's continue, okay? Okay, let's continue. I'm getting mixed signals here. Some people say it's good, some people are saying it's not good. I will continue. Dale, start with the questions, okay? Start with the questions. Meanwhile, I'm going to read you two answers that I received from Kyle already because I put the announcement in my community section and some people were already sending questions. So I had these two questions sent to Khalil because I knew this kind of situation would happen, and he sent me the answers, okay? So, Dale, go ahead, copy and paste questions, and I am going to read the questions that I had from the community section, all right? Now, let me just go and find them. 1 second, please. One second, please. I just have to find them. Yes. In the chat there, in the private chat where we are with Khalil, please, no speaking because I'm losing the previous answers. Okay, 1 second, please. Please be patient. This is going to pick up, okay? Okay, the first question was, I had the question. Okay, the question is this. Someone asked me this in the community section. From nearly all the UFOs sightings I have seen personally and on videos, the craft always seem to be glowing in their entirety, not just their headlights, like human craft. Why is this? Why does the entire craft light up? The answer is this. This is the answer directly from Khalil today. The craft or the ship is inside a high energy electromagnetic bubble. It superheats the atmosphere to a hot plasma. The color of the glow depends mostly on temperature factors and on the frequency output of the energy bubble. That's the answer. I'm not going to comment because I don't really know much about this stuff, so I can't comment much, and I will just stick to the answers. Now, Vinky Violet asked this question in the community section. Which ET race has the most advanced technology? Are they able to control weather, climate in their planets? So it's kind of two questions in one, right? First question, which ET race has the most advanced technology? Now, the answer is, it depends on how we would describe advanced. It is hard to decide the meaning. But in general, among 5D races similar to Taygetans, we are among the highest in technological achievements in nearly all, if not all, subcategories. Now, is the weather controlled in their planets? The answer, weather is controlled in most advanced planets, yet we are not invasive with nature, and more than weather control, we have weather management. Weather management, not weather control. That means that in the case of a hurricane, for example, we can calm it down or change its course into the open sea, where it will cause no damage. We generally leave the planet and its temper alone, respecting the free will of a planet. So as you see, they have the technology to change its course, take the hurricane and take it into the open sea where it will cause no damage, while the cabal on Earth does exactly the opposite. Now, let's continue with more questions here. Okay, are there any questions here? Dale, hello. One moment, please. One moment. This takes time. Okay, let me just try if I can get some questions. Okay. I'm going to copy and paste this questions. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to ask this question. Are our friends from Taygeta traveling to other timelines as well as locations and parallel timelines as well? Now we are waiting for Kalel to answer. Okay, so as you see, this takes time. This is how our communication is. To make the video, the way you receive it is just the final result, but we need to go through hours and hours of chats and answering and questions to receive the answers. Okay, it seems like I have the answer. Okay, again, I'm going to read the question. Are our friends from Taygeta traveling to other timelines as well as locations and parallel timelines too? Very short answer, yes, but only the Sand Clock Elite Squadron members and ships, not the bulk of the fleet. Remember that the Sand Clock pilots are those who are specifically trained to travel through time. You need to have high ethics and high moral conduct in order to qualify to this squadron, from what I remember, because maneuvering through time and timelines, it's not an easy task, and it requires ethics. So only Sand Clock Elite do that. Now we have the next question from Chris Gentry. Kalel is already responding this. What type of propulsion system do you use in space and in our atmosphere? The response is gravity manipulation and plasma jet. This was already answered in the stellar navigation in details if you are interested, Chris. So gravity manipulation and plasma jet. In outer space, total immersion frequency controlled toroids generated by counter-rotating electromagnetic plasma engines. So gravity manipulation, plasma jet, and in outer space, total immersion frequency control toroids generated by counter-rotating electromagnetic plasma engines. Okay, now I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to ask this question, I'm sorry. Are craft even needed at higher dimensions, frequencies? Now they're telling me the sound is good, bad. Okay, is the sound good? I'm not sure. I'm very sorry about this. I'm very sorry about this. I have no technical skills, so I'm not really developed technical skills, so it's difficult for me to solve this right now, and especially having Khalil waiting. I'm nervous because I don't want him to wait. This is a special moment. Okay, sounds good. Let's continue with the questions. Okay. So the question is this: are crafts even needed at higher dimensions, frequencies, than third dimension for navigation? Or they are just preferred technology for some type of convenience or entertainment? And what dimension level are crafts not even used, needed? For example, some kind of self-teleportation via full personal frequency alignment? And we have Khalil responding right now. I'm very confused because I'm receiving mixed signals. Some of you say your sound is good, others that sound is bad. So I'm just continuing, okay? Okay. So let's see here how Khalil answers this question. Please be patient. Please be patient. Here I'm getting another question. Do Taygetan pilots interact mentally with their board computer? Okay, I'm going to ask that. Khalil, please put the signal when you finish, so I know that it's finished. That is the end of the sentence. Okay, 1 second, please. This is live interaction. Okay, you. Okay, so the question is again: are craft even needed at higher dimensions, frequencies than 3D dimension for navigation? The response: at higher than 6th density, ships are useless. You can travel with mind alone. You can travel with mind alone from any density with practice. With practice, you can travel with mind alone from any density. Remember, 3D is not some kind of a ultimate limitation, really. Now, this continues, the answer. When someone says that they can manifest a ship with mind alone, that entity needs no ship and is only manifesting the ship to be understood by lower density beings. Yes, I think I did mention it some time ago that some ships that we see are the manifestation of the higher beings or even your own higher self, from what I remember, because it's for you to see. It's something for you to receive, but they don't really need it. Okay. The question is, do the Taygetan pilots interact mentally with their board computer? Khalil responds, yes, all the time. Ships can be flown by mind alone or with manual controls at will. Both. But I remember that Khalil did mention that they did like to operate the ships manually because it was fun, and they like to feel the strength of the controls and all that. But both. There is a mental interface with the ship for sure. Okay. Now, Khalil is still responding about the mind-to-computer interface. Mind-to-computer interface is always done, especially in smaller fighter ships, not so much so in big or large cruisers. All ships communicate telepathically with their pilots and crew. So specifically in smaller fighter ships, mind-to-computer interface is done. Khalil continues. So not only for navigation purposes, but even for entertainment, temperature and ventilation settings, lighting, door control, and anything when inside a ship. She's talking about mind-to-computer interface. You do it only for navigation. I didn't know that, actually. This is the first time I'm hearing this too. You don't do it just for navigation, but even for entertainment, temperature and ventilation settings, lighting, door control, and anything when inside a ship. Okay, what's the next question? Asking people, I'm very nervous because people are telling me that the audio is not good. So I'm just going to continue, okay? It comes and goes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to go with this question here that I have. Miss M. Hawkins has asked me this earlier in the community settings section. Can photon belts be utilized for propulsion? That's for more of your technical minds. Photon belts be utilized for propulsion. We have here maybe the translation problem. Not sure what a photon belt is referred to at this point. Okay, let's go to this question then. I'm going to ask this question. Do the ETs time travel every planet to catalog its history and future? Now, going back to the previous question, what is can photon belts be utilized for propulsion? Plasma is the most efficient propulsion method. Plasma is the most efficient propulsion method. Question, do the ETs time travel every planet to catalog its history and future? The answer, yes, all the time, and by countless races. All the time, they do that. Now, Sal has asked me, will Earth ever reduce her gravity to 0.8 G? Okay. He also goes back to the plasma. Plasma drives are more efficient than gravity manipulation. Okay. Let's see. I have Dale helping me. However, I still need to help with the questions. Okay, so be patient. Okay. Will Earth ever reduce her gravity to 0.8 G? The answer, probably not. Earth will stay at 1.0 G. So from this, I understand that even after the ascension, the Earth will stay at 1.0 G. Okay. 1 second, please. I'm here now going to ask this question. Can a human operate a source craft if frequency is achieved, or is it even possible? A source craft. The answer, any human could control a craft at will if the craft is cleared to be operated by such human. A ship can be designated to anyone. Okay, let me help here with the questions. So again, any human could control a craft. I even remember them telling us stories of extracted humans. Yes, sometimes they do extract humans, especially their starseeds. and they teach them how to navigate ships, and they become pilots, extracted humans. Okay. Okay, please ask questions. Remember, questions regarding stellar navigation and technology, okay? This is a one in a lifetime opportunity. I don't know when again I can have Kalel online. So please ask questions. Dale is trying to help, but he's telling me there are not many questions. Here. How is my sound? Okay, let's see. Remember, questions only regarding stellar navigation and extraterrestrial technology. Let's take this opportunity and ask our questions, technical questions. Okay, let's ask this question. Dorina is asking if humans can direct crafts. Okay, let me put that question in. Okay. Now someone has asked the following. Can you Lila, thank you, Lila, for the question. Can you explain us what are weird loud sounds about clouds that we have heard around 4th and 5th November? I didn't know that. All around the Earth, even in my country, I don't know what that country is, nothing was visible, just loud sound, because people were scared. Around 4th and 5th November, there were some strange sounds. Okay, the question is, that can be few options. That can be a large ship near the people hearing the noise. 2, it can be tunneling underground, making dumps, deep underground bases, making sounds in the dumps, deep underground bases. 3, HARP frequency, using the cell phone towers in order to transmit low frequency noises to lower the population's frequency, scaring them on purpose. So, Lila, very good that you have been telling your friends not to be afraid, okay? Fear tactics, again, could be used by the cabal, HARP frequency. Let me read that again. HARP frequency, using the cell phone towers in order to transmit low energy frequency noises to lower the population frequency, scaring them on purpose. Okay? Now, the question was, Dorina, if humans can direct crafts, are there any conditions like a certain higher frequencies? What could be the frequencies? What could be the conditions, requirements to for humans to direct craft? Okay, the answer. Yes, first you would need to be in 5D to even be in a ship, of course, but the ship could go down to 3D for the human, and then in 5D assign the craft to be controlled by such a human. And so yes, you need to be in 5D. The ship could go down to 3D for the human, and then 5D assign the craft to be controlled by such a human. Going back to the noise that was heard, don't listen to it, okay? He's saying try not to listen, not to focus on that sound, because there could be negative frequencies there projected. Listen to nice music. Try to distract yourself, okay? Let's see if I can grab more questions, okay? Okay. let me see. Someone is asking, what type of foods do you eat on board? Okay, it's not really a technical question, but well, it's a curious question. One second, please. Okay, can you hear me? I'm very confused. People are telling me on one side they are not hearing me, others can say they are. I'm very confused. Can you hear me? Yes, people can't. Okay, people are hearing me. Please, so Dale, just focus on the questions. Dale's telling me to. Please, just focus on the question because people are telling me they can hear me. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask this question. This was some. Okay. All right. About the food, what do they eat on the aircraft? Well, we use frozen food and fresh food we grow on board. Remember, they do grow some of their fresh food on board, plants, fruits, and vegetables, and cooked in many different ways or raw. Okay. Hello, more questions. Okay, I'm going to choose this question. What happens if, while in the ether, someone decides to leave the ship and then leaves the ship's toroid? Very interesting question. Okay. Let's ask here. Let's wait here. This is a very, very special operation. I have Dale trying to pass me questions. He says he's getting confused with all these different questions, so I'm trying to grab them as well. Then Kalel is responding. It takes time. Okay. Now I'm going to ask this question from Earth Watcher because I think there was some confusion about the height of Kalel's flight when he was passing as a commercial jet. This will be explained more in the second part. So the question was, Dale, you mentioned that Dor Kalel cloaked his fighter jet into appearing as a commercial plane traveling at 90,000 feet. Commercial planes fly at approximately 35,000 feet, so the plane would stand out as being different. A security risk for Dor Kalel. Dale already clarified that point in under the video, but Kalel here himself will respond to this question. Okay, so he's saying, at 90,000, we cannot pass for a commercial or with a private aircraft. For that, we cannot. That's why we cannot go over 36,000 feet ASL. The cloak is only as a radar signature, not a real hologram as in looking like a private aircraft, only as seen on their radars. Very interesting. So it's not a real hologram making it look like a private aircraft. The cloak is only as a radar signature, only as seen on their radars. So no, they cannot go over 36,000 feet. Okay, next question I'm going to ask is this. What happens if, while in the ether, someone decides to leave the ship and then leaves the ship's toroid? What happens? Let's see what we have. Okay, Dale is having technical problems, I'm sorry, Dale, about that. So he cannot really help me with the questions. So be patient. I am basically on my own now. I need to be grabbing questions by myself. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can do something about this. Okay. The question was, what happens if, while in the ether, someone decides to leave the ship and then leaves the ship's toroid? The answer, person would die. Simple as that. The person would die. Okay, very good question. Daniela Botanica is asking, in which part of the orbit are you now? In which part of the orbit are you now? Let's see what kind of answer we receive here. I'm very sorry, I'm not watching the chat. I'm here and there, okay? So thank you very much, Estrella. Thank you very much, Estrella. But I'm here and there. I'm watching the answers and everything at the same time. Okay. Someone is asking, does he deactivate nuclear weapons here? Okay, I'm going to ask that. Okay. Daniela question was, in which part of the orbit are you now? The answer, low orbit, 490 kilometers high. 490 kilometers high. Now, Scott is asking, when a ship is cloaked, is this done by a slight frequency shift from the resonance frequency of the place where he's gone to make it out of phase slightly so it doesn't appear solid? The answer, yes, exactly. Well said. When a ship is cloaked, is this done by a slight frequency shift from the resonant frequency of the place where he has gone to make it out of phase slightly so it doesn't appear solid? Yes, exactly. Well said. Okay, the next question. Kit asked, does he deactivate, or can he deactivate, does he deactivate nuclear weapons here? Deactivating nuclear weapons, Khalil responds, we have and we will if necessary. It is usually not our job to do so. It is an Antarian Centauri job. Interesting. So the nuclear danger is a real threat, and they have deactivated nuclear weapons before, and they will if necessary. So that's positive, and usually not Taygetan job. The next question is Veronica Ortega. Hello, Dor. Have you experienced being lost in unknown space? Thank you very much, Dale. It seems you are back online. Have you experienced being lost in unknown space? Okay, here I have an interesting question also. Okay, have you ever been lost in unknown space? Yes, we have been lost in outer space, and it becomes a problem. When a ship gets lost in space, it also gets lost in time, as a ship at over light speeds is also essentially time jumping as well. When a ship gets lost that way, it rarely goes back home. And as Varu before used to tell us, Taygetans are very, very they're explorers, and there are Taygetan skeletons all over the universe, basically being lost. So and he continues here. So you go back home, but it will be an alternative home, not the exact place from where you came from. Now, some time ago, I asked this question and I said, I don't understand. Why can't you go back home? I mean, if you know the precise frequency address of your origin, no? Why can't you go back? Why can't you just type in the frequency address and go back? And I remember it was explained that the frequency, even the established frequency of your origin of any place, is not solid. It's actually fluid. It changes its numerical value all the time, depends on many factors. So it's never exactly the same number. So you don't go back to the same one. That's how I understood it. Okay. Now the question from Daniela, again, Daniela, is how does the Earth look like from where, what does the Earth look like from where you are? Can you see continents or cities? The answer, we can see the cities, especially at night. It is a beautiful blue, green, and white ball, almost perfectly round. Next question. Have you traveled, Kalel, have you traveled to the beginning of time? Time, the answer, time has no beginning. So that becomes an impossibility. And it has no end, neither. No end as well. Let's see here what goes on in the chat. Thank you very much, Norseman, as well. All right. This is exciting. Although nerve-wracking, because I'm trying to make it right. And I hate technical issues. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting question. Let me grab this one from Betsy. All right. The question was, Saito is asking, how many flight modes can a spaceship have? In a way, it was responded already. Flight modes: manual, mental, and automatic flight mode. Manual, mental, and automatic flight mode. Okay. Genaro Brito is asking, Dor, how far from your home have you been? The answer, to the other side of the galaxy. Hard to calculate. Sure, it's hard to calculate. Remember, any question here could be responded in an essay kind of a way, but we are here limited by this interaction, so the answers have to be short and precise. Erin Johnson is asking, are they able to detect certain auras or frequencies of humans from their craft? Interesting. The answer, yes, we can read aura frequencies from a craft in space. We use an advanced spectrometer. That's how actually they are able to detect starseeds. And as you know, each race is always taking care of their own starseeds. Taygetans are always looking out for their starseeds, looking for their starseeds. I don't know if you remember, in the beginning, there were 2,000 Taygetan female starseeds incarnated on Earth and 500 Taygetan male starseeds. Also, as an interesting fact, the Cabal has a technology to detect the starseeds from a distance as well, with whatever technology they have available. Okay. The question of Chris. Chris, while in the anti-grav toroid hovering, is the craft influenced by anything whatsoever from the outside environment, or is it totally isolated from the surrounding physics? The answer, it can be influenced by external frequencies, or we can completely isolate the craft. This only moving the frequency settings of the energy toroid that envelops the craft. So yes, it can be influenced by external frequencies, or we can completely isolate the craft. This only by moving the frequency settings of the energy toroid that envelops the craft. I'm repeating the questions because some of them need to be heard twice. And also I know my voice might sound robotic, as you say, so I want to get it through to you. Okay. Let me just hear. Dale, if you can hear me, please ask one question at a time, because then I get confused. I don't know which answer is for which. I know you are doing your best. Okay. Okay. Under ships, weapon plasma base, shooting stars. It looks like a fish. You see, now I'm getting confused. I don't know. That's one question or that's two. Okay. The question Aaron asked. Aaron, thank you. Are their ships weapons plasma-based? Are their ships weapons plasma-based? The answer. The answer. Weapons, mostly plasma cannon, missiles, and high-power lasers. We use kinetic weapons as well. Also, compressed sound weapons and directed energy weapons as well. We use a karma-based weapon where whatever is shot at us goes back in equal power to the sender. So weapons, mostly plasma cannon, missiles, and high-power lasers. We use kinetic weapons and karma weapons as well. Interesting, those, where whatever is shot at them goes back in equal power to the sender. The next question is this. Lula Star is asking, have you traveled to other galaxies? The sensation of the internal time of the ship, if the answer is positive, about how long was it? The answer, going to another galaxy has a perceived time of like a 10-hour flight seat time. Seat time, ship's internal time. Going to another galaxy has a perceived, only perceived, because remember, time is a product of your consciousness and your perception. So it will depend on what you are perceiving. It will be understood more when I go into the subject of time. Okay, I'm getting confused here with the questions. 1 second. Okay. Artside is asking, how stellar navigation relates to use in the human body? Short answer, yes, it does relate. And see your body as a ship. It works the same way. That's why it's so important to understand stellar navigation and how this whole toroidal immersion and frequency manipulation works, because you can apply those technologies to your body as well. Okay. Now, Robert, you asked an interesting question, but it's a classified question. The question was, what race provided HARP technology to the USA? And he's also asking, was it an octopus, hydra-looking race? The answer is, HARP cannot answer classified. That could start a problem. Okay, so some topics are unclassified, cannot be really revealed. Question. Kalel, when you travel supraluminar between Taygetan to Earth, how much much time does it appear to take for the crew? The answer: travel from Taygetan to Earth, seat time, ship's internal time, in a large cruiser is 7 hours. Seat time in a fighter ship, smaller fighter ship, 1 hour 40 minutes perceived time. I think I have the video I need to make about what happens exactly when they travel from Taygetan to here, the process. Robert has a video about that, so I need to translate that. It will be explained. Okay, let me go to the chat. What's happening, Betsy? Thank you very much, Betsy. Let's see. Okay, someone, I think Betsy asked, I'm not sure. When we have webcams of planets, what is it that we are really seeing? Let me just ask that. Okay, previous question. Tempranillo is asking, on your space trips, what is the most fascinating thing you have seen? Yeah, I'm sure this can be answered in a variety of ways, and books could be written about their epic adventures. So the answer is this, and he continues to write. So let me start reading slowly. I have seen so many incredible things. It would be hard to describe one. Traveling through a nebula is wonderful. It is a luminous cloud full of colors dancing around. But maybe one day we can make a separate video about the most fascinating things he has seen. Petit Pois is asking this question. Dor, can you use a printed tool or piece to repair your craft? A printed tool or piece to repair your craft, because they have this printing technology, right? Of anything. The response is, yes, we replicate parts of the ship, spare parts, and tools at will with a 3D printer, an advanced 3D printer based on energy. So they can replicate anything. Just remember, the food, organic stuff, cannot be replicated. This is mostly object stuff that can be used in this replicator machine. Interesting point, curious fact, while they are responding here. Well, Dale is asking, Kalel is responding. Interesting fact, some of the stuff they replicate, they actually take from Earth. Yeah, because they, it's anytime you travel to a new culture, you get inspired, right? You get inspired by what you see, and you bring souvenirs and you buy stuff. So it's the same here. They're explorers. They are here to observe and on many different missions. And they also enjoy some of our stuff, some of our designs, clothes, I don't know, shoes, whatever. So they do replicate those as well. Yes, they do. Now let's see what we have here. The question is about the webcams of planets. Someone asked this, like when we see planets, when we have webcams directed at planets, what is it that we are really seeing? The answer, they are seeing satellite-based cameras or simply CGI-made images from NASA or Walt Disney. Not a joke, he's saying. Interesting. Another question from Carlos Cardenas. Dor, did you find or meet yourself in other timeline? The answer is the following. Yes, I have met myself in another timeline several times. We sit and have a nice chat. Oh boy. We talk shop. I'm not sure what that means. We talk shop and we share anything that could be useful to each one of us. Ships as well. We synchronize. We synchronize the. Okay, I understand. The ships as well. They have a communication between the ships. They synchronize their ships. The contents of the memory banks of each ship. Interesting. So they complement the memory banks database of each ships with another version. Quite cool. One second. Okay, let's go to the next question. Sergio is asking, can they get lost in space even if they put another frequency they have already mapped? Yeah. How do they get lost in space even if they put their another frequency they are supposedly already know and it has been mapped out before? The answer, we get lost because a frequency in a map is not a fixed one, like I told you a while ago. We get lost because a frequency in a map is not a fixed one. It shifts with time according to whatever is happening in each one. So the computers must compensate with advanced algorithms. When they fail, due to the added complexity, then a ship may get lost. That's interesting. Okay, so it's not just that the frequency keeps changing and that's why you get lost, but the algorithms might get confused. So the computers must compensate with advanced algorithms. When they fail due to the added complexity, then a ship may get lost. The more you jump, you increase the probability of a miscalculation. That's why time jumping is very, very dangerous and it's not recommended. It's only for the specialists. And even though they recognize it's dangerous and, might get lost. Okay. Rene is asking, can spaceship change its size to very small, traveling inside the human? Now, very interesting question. You mean the ship can be so small as to enter the human body? Interesting. The answer is not as you are imagining. No. Why would you want to? We can manipulate the inside of a human body to fix something. That we can do, but not that entering with the ship. Question. Jose Luis, does the law do the laws of nature change from galaxy to galaxy? Not from galaxy to galaxy. The answer, not from galaxy to galaxy, more like density to density. They do, but they do change from the point of view of each consciousness. Okay, very interesting. Now, let me ask this question. Okay, Gaston has this question. Dor, can you drive, can you pilot in the water with your ship? That's similar to what I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask, technology of the Taygetan ship would also allow them to enter the volcanoes without problems and go underwater at any depth? Okay, the answer. Yes, dive in water. Yes, we have, but not usually. Last time it was in 2017 off the coast of Somalia. off the coast of Somalia. I wonder what happened there. We will need more time to go into that situation. And can they go into volcanoes underwater? The answer is yes, it can. I'm sorry, let me just get some water. He's still writing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. Yes, it can enter volcanoes as well, but the ship must be at another frequency, not in 3D. Yes, it will be explained in my very future video that they can even pass through walls, through the planets even, with the frequency manipulation. That's not a problem. They can trespass whatever object. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you very much for your likes, everybody watching. This is my first time. I don't do lives. This is my first time doing this live with them. So I'm sorry for any issues. Okay, we are here all trying to do our best. Okay, the question. Okay. This is still about that incident in coast of Somalia in 2017, because I asked, I wonder what happened there. So he answered, he's answering, coast of Somalia, stopping a reptilian ship full of human contraband to be led off planet, using the portal off the Yemen coast. So they stopped that reptilian operation. As you know, reptilians are still trying to leak humans outside of the planet, take them off the planet using portals. So as you see here, the answer is using the portal off the Yemen coast. Interesting. Okay, the question is, Tommy, can they go to sleep while in the orbit, or is there always at least one person who is awake? I'm sorry, I think that question was not answered yet. One second, please. One question at a time. Please, because I'm getting lost. I don't know which question is what answer. Yes. Do they go to sleep? Is there someone always awake? Crew rotates in two ships. Crew rotates in two ships. Okay, the question from Conscience Shamanic. Hello, Dor. Did you lose your timeline as well because of time travel? If yes, when are you gonna go? When or where? I'm not sure. The answer is I did lose my original timeline. And as I did, then I will stay here as I am needed. So he will be here. He's not going anywhere. But he did lost his original timeline. Yes, talking about whether they go to sleep. Is there someone always awake? Yeah, crew rotates in two shifts. It has two shifts, so there's always someone awake. I understand from that. Okay. Now, the beautiful war goddess. Thank you very much, everybody, for your questions and your patience. Beautiful war goddess. Please ask, where in the universe is Mother Earth moving to and why? Okay, let's see what he asks. It's kind of a general question. Here, a lot could be said. Let's see how he tackles this. Now, okay, there we have the answer. We have the answer. Thank you, Kaler. By the way, you're trying your best to write fast. Mother Earth is changing density. By the way, remember that those terms like Mother Earth, many times they adapt to us, okay? I have never heard them say Mother Earth, but in a way she is. So they always, they try to adapt sometimes to our vocabulary. Mother Earth is changing density, and it is going round and round in one of the arms of the galaxy, but it's not going anywhere else. It's going round and round in one of the arms of the galaxy, but not going anywhere else. Okay, the question: how do we visualize, manifest a toroidal energy field around our little spaceships we call our body and alter the frequency? Do we need to build a machine, or can we do it with proper meditation, mantras, feelings, etc.? The answer, specific, precise answer: yes, you can do so with mantras, music, clear intentions, imagination. You can with your mind. Everything is in our mind. Very important. Okay. Let's see what else we can find here. This is an interesting one. Okay. Well, first Dale has a question. We are both trying to grab questions. Interesting. Michaelis, thank you very much. Michaelis is asking, do they use the artificial persons when on missions? Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. By the way, any of you, if you are not hearing this properly, if the audio is not working, don't worry. I will transcribe this and I'll make a separate video with questions and answers. Okay, but at least this time you can witness this live, exciting moment where your answers are being answered right now by this Taygetan pilot sitting in the orbit at this moment. It's crazy. So, okay, audio is good, but I will make the video anyway, okay? So this way, the people who have missed the live and they want just to focus on the questions and answers, I'll make the separate video. Okay. Now, let's see what we have here. Okay, so the question was, Michaelis, do they use the artificial persons when on missions? Answer, negative. We do not use androids. We only use robotics to help in engineering jobs, but they are not anthropomorphic. Not anthropomorphic. Interesting answer. Okay. Now, I'm asking this question. In the supraluminar flight, how to avoid overlaying? In other words, how can we know that when we reach a point in space-time destination, we will not appear in a swamp or in the crater of an erupting volcano or crossing a concrete wall, especially in destination points that have not been previously explored? Okay, here's writing an answer. Let's see what the answer is. As you see, This job, what we do, it takes hours to make one video. That's why we do this full time. We don't do anything else. This is our full time occupation. We spend hours and hours asking questions, receiving answers, deepening the questions, deepening the answers, and then putting it all together in the presentable format video. But now you can see this. You can see this live, no? However, if I was doing this by myself, if I'm deepening a question or a subject, I would probably focus more on one specific question, and I would go deeper and deeper to understand it more. No, but now, of course, we want to answer as many questions as possible, and we try to go fast. Okay. So the question about overlaying, right? How can you avoid overlaying, not appear in a swamp or in a crater, especially if the place has not been previously explored? Okay, so here we have the answer from Kalel. Well, it may be a problem. So a ship will come out of light speed far from a planet and then navigate to the destination using propulsion. In any case, we change density slowly, as when entering a volcano. Changing the density slowly to position the ship in the correct spot, not to land on someone's barbecue or bathtub. As you see, Kalel has a sense of humor. As we always say, they are people. Yes, they are in fifth density, but they are biological people with fingers that they use to type these answers and with a sense of humor. So yeah, changing the density slowly to position the ship in the correct spot, not to land on someone's barbecue or bathtub. Interesting. Okay. Veronica has this question. Hello, Dor. What is the color of your spaceship lights inside and outside? Okay, he's responding right now. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Oh, interesting. Are humans in your fleet? Okay, I'm going to get that question. Kathy is asking if there are any humans in your fleet. I might know the answer, but I will let him answer this. Okay, so let's go back to the previous question. It was about the color of your spaceship lights inside and outside. Spaceship lighting, many colors. Outside, we do use drive lights, usually white or red. Inside, we use white, yellow lights, and at night, we may use red to simulate night, as you do in a submarine. The drive lights can be seen as from an aircraft's lights, but we do not use the red to the left and green, blue to the right. The drive lights can be seen as from an aircraft lights, but we do not use the same combination as the commercial aircraft, the red to the left and green, blue to the right. Do you have any humans on the ship? Yes, one human in the ship, Suriko, age 16, Japanese girl. And this is a very, very, very interesting a story. Actually, this girl was saved by them some time ago. It's a very long story. Maybe I will share it one day. But she was saved from the drowning boat near Japan, I think, from what I remember. And they extracted her and her father. And her father unfortunately passed. But this girl has survived, and she's with them until this day, and she's helping them on board. She's not going back. She's not going to Taygetan. She's staying here. Now, the question was, are you alone now? Are you alone now in your craft? Are you alone piloting? Thank you, Andrea, for the question. He is answering, no, I am not alone now. I'm inside a large cruiser with about 30 people in it. with about 30 people in it. And going back to Tsuriko girl, the Japanese extracted human girl, Kalel here adds, she works in navigation in the bridge. She's working in the navigation in the bridge. Okay, more questions. I'm not sure how much time Kalel has left, but let's see how many more questions we can squeeze in. This is so exciting. Okay, Marta is asking, Dor Kalel, hi, hello, Gosha, hello, Dale. Question, can time be frozen or stopped? Interesting. Let's see how he answers this question. He's also a time traveler, timeline expert, sand clock pilot, so he would definitely know a lot about time and how it works. Very soon, a video about time. Very, 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 very soon. I'm going to have a few more parts about stellar navigation, and then we will go into portals and time and many other topics. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can find any questions here. Oh, interesting. Well, let me grab this question just out of curiosity to see what they answer. The question Perla is asking, hello, Dor, are you able to know who is a Taygetan star seed in this chat program by our frequencies? Dun, 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 dun. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the time, if it can be frozen or not. Can time be frozen or stopped? Okay, Kale responds, personal time can be stopped and even reversed. As a collective timeline, it cannot. No, it cannot. Unless you make everyone in the timeline agree on perception. In that case, yes. This would be the case of an entire crew of a ship, as each person is in itself a timeline, and the collective timeline is the sum of all. Interesting. And hey, that's why exactly the Cabal is working on having all of us perceive a certain range of things, certain things. So all of us can manifest and perceive a specific timeline as directed by them. That's exactly why we need to wake up from that. Okay. Now, the question is, this question that I found interesting. Perla is asking, hello, Dor. Are you able to know who is a Taygetan starseed in this chat program by our frequencies? And 2 hearts. Okay. Answer. Yes, we can know. Yes, we can know who is a Taygetan starseed in the chat. And there is one identified, one Gosha, Dale, and Robert still don't know about the one who is, okay, there is one who has the number 1911. Because as I told you, there are 2,000 Taygetan star seeds on Earth. My number, I don't know, did I mention that? I'm not sure. My number actually identified is 1007. Dale, I think I didn't mention it. Dale is 214. And Robert is 211, although that's another story because he's from the future, kind of a timeline, another story. And now they are still trying to identify the one that they found with the number 1911. Okay. She said, here we have the answer. There may be more, but we have found one of us as a starseed in the chat right now. They have identified one. There may be more, but we have found one of us as a starseed in the chat right now. Maybe more. I insist. One is identified now. No, everybody would go crazy thinking if it's them. Oh my gosh, one is identified right now. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, Monson is asking, what is the easiest way to create electro-anti-gravitic drive in home? The answer, using a well-made Rodin coil. And here he's also going back to that Taygetan female number 1911. She's in the chat right now, and her number is 1911 out of 2000 Taygetan starseeds. She is in the chat right now. I would love to know who this is. Okay. The next question, Gaia Pleiades is asking, Kalel, have energetical toroids some parallelism with sacred geometry? Toroids, the answer is, toroids are basic sacred geometry, yes, based on Merkaba energy mathematics. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, more questions. Okay, let's see if I can find. Okay, I like this question of Kit. Let's ask this question. Kit is asking, are there intelligent musical instruments like the ships? Intelligent musical instruments. Okay, let's see how he answers this question. Okay. Meanwhile, can you say if my voice is good this time? Is my voice okay? Is my voice okay? Yes, okay, all right, okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, okay, done. Thank you so much. You don't need to respond anymore. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see if we have the answer about the instruments. Oh, this is an interesting question also. Is space safe while you're orbiting Earth, or and do you have to put cloak mode on? Okay, let me ask that question. Freeman, thank you for your question. Okay, let's see what we have here, the answers. So, okay, so are there intelligent musical instruments like the ships? Kalel responds, yes, of course, there are intelligent musical instruments, and there are normal ones as well. Not everything here is high tech. We love low tech. If I have time, I will explain what that means. We love low tech. Okay. Do you the question, Gaia? Do you listen to music when traveling? Kalel responds, yes, we do listen to music while we travel. They love music very much. Okay, that was the question. Freeman, is space safe while you are orbiting Earth, or do you have to put cloak mode on? Okay, he responds, space, not safe here. Ship is always on watch and on alert condition 3. On alert condition 3. Okay. Now, let's continue. Kalel says that he's enjoying himself. He can continue. We were going to stop somewhere at this time, but if you want, we can continue this, because I don't know when again we're going to have him on. I can continue. I kind of got into the mode of this and of the flow. The sound is good. We should take advantage of this moment. Yeah, the people are still asking about that star seed. Let's see if I can find the question. Okay. Okay. The question is from Mike Masterdex. Can we physically travel to alternate worlds and visit ourselves? He's responding, yes, we can. And we do that all the time. And he's still writing. Please focus on technical questions, navigation questions, and technology questions, because I see here all kinds of questions. Even question about if he's single or has a girlfriend. So stay away from these type of questions. Just technological. Take advantage of this opportunity of his knowledge and expertise. It's one in a lifetime opportunity, perhaps, to know the things he does. Okay. Okay, very interesting questions. I wish I could answer all of these questions. So going back to the Mike question, can we physically travel to alternate worlds and visit ourselves? Yes, we can, and we do that all the time. Many ethical and metaphysical problems come out of that. As I already explained, the person must possess high ethics in order to manage time traveling, as it can create many problems. Now, before I told you, I might add something about why do they love low tech. Their level of technology has already been achieved to such a degree that there is not much to improve. And as Aneka once said in a joking way, she said, there's only so much you can do to the coffee machine. So, when you get to that point, you start to enjoy natural systems and letting things go technologically and just doing things manually, even like piloting the ship. They do enjoy the manual drive and just going back to nature and letting things flow in a natural way. Technology is not necessary for everything. Like, for example, many of them are farmers and they enjoy to farm, in a natural way with their hands and have contact with the earth and with the soil and with the plants. So yeah, they're going back to the holistic mode now. Yes. Okay. The question, Sophie, is stellar navigation also possible for children? He says, yes, why not? I know a little 13-year-old girl who traveled several timelines and landed here. Yeah. Yeah, we know the story. Okay. Next question. Will the Federation continue to fight the invasive AI after the Earth mission? Will the Federation continue to fight the invasive AI after the Earth mission? Yes, the Federation will continue to fight AI after the liberation of Earth. Yes, that was the answer. Okay. Let's see if we can find more technical stellar navigation and technology questions. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Make sure you phrase your questions right, so it can be easily understood. Okay, well, it's technological. Let's see if I can. Wait, oh, no. I left the window. Someone is asking, if I put a 3-colored LED string on my flat roof, can they see it from above? Now, let's try to. Okay, let me ask this question here. Okay, with Dale, we are trying to focus on more technical questions, stellar navigation, because that's the topic of the videos recently. Bert Ryelton is asking, plasma motor engineering, what produces the thrust? Plasma motor engineering. What produces the thrust? Okay. Let me see some questions. Okay. How long does it take to train to fly a ship? Okay, let's ask this one. Let's see what we have. I can hear my dog walking around. He probably wants to eat soon. But I'm not leaving this post. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, he's asking, he's answering. Plasma motor engineering. What produces the thrust? What produces the thrust? I have no idea. As you see, I'm not typing these answers. And believe me, Robert isn't either. He doesn't even speak English. I'm here waiting patiently for the answers. In the meantime, let me see if I can find any more interesting questions. Thank you very much, by the way, everybody, for participating, for your patience. And believe me, you are participating in something historic. Historic. Okay, a lot of questions moving. Okay. Let's see if I can ask this question. Okay, there has to be a long answer in the production there because Kalel is writing and writing. What produces the thrust of the plasma motor engineering? Let's see what the answer might be. Hello, Crockett. Okay. Let's see what we have. Hello, Crockett. How are you doing? Yes, I know you want to eat and you want food and all that. Yes, very soon. I'm going to take care of you. I'm just waiting for the answer here. Okay, I'm waiting for the answer. This Wednesday, I am going to Poland to visit my family. So if you see maybe lesser frequency of the videos, I'll do my best to continue with the videos, but I'm going to be staying in my parents' place where it's not always I'm not always so available to do the videos easy, but I'll do my best. Okay. Now, okay, there we have the answer. So what produces the thrust? Plasma motor engineering. Let me read this. I need to be careful because I'm not technical. I need to read this correctly. In plasma mode, the high energy compresses in the core of the engine, only leaving one way out, and that is backwards. The electron flow is so big, so huge, that it does create thrust at a very high level. In general, it is compressed and electron flow in many TeV, trillion electron volts. In general, it is compressed and electron flow in many TeVs. In short, a huge controlled electromagnetic explosion, creating a flux backwards, making the ship move forwards. This in under light speed. As over light speed, it's not propulsion. Space is not empty. Therefore, it does promote action, reaction. Very interesting. As I told you, I'm going to repeat these questions and answers in a separate video, okay? So you're going to have it all presented in a very efficient way. Okay, I asked this question from someone. Can the fourth dimension be explained by seeing the object molecularly, mathematically speaking? The answer, that as a fourth dimension, not density, it can be represented by an adequate mathematical model. It can be. So that as a fourth dimension, not density, because densities is something different. They understand dimensions in a different manner, in a different fashions. What we refer to dimensions, they explain to us that's densities, frequencies range. So that as a fourth dimension, not density, it can be represented by an adequate mathematical model. Okay, the question now here is Angie Cheney. What material are your crafts made out of? Very interesting. I think Rainier made a video about this in his channel. I'm not sure if it's in English, where he was talking about polymorphic materials and stuff like that. So let's see what Khalil says here about this. What material are your crafts made out of? Meanwhile, I'm going to go for thank you, SC Digital Art. Thank you very much, everybody. Michelis, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see. Some of your questions are very cute. Okay. Okay, how much time does it take to build a spaceship? I'm going to ask that. Remember, we are both, with Dale, we are trying to find questions and pass them using our chat software to Khalil. Hi. Thank you, Khalil, very much. By the way, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Not getting tired with all this commotion here in chat? Okay. He's answering the question about materials. Okay. Are you enjoying this conversation, this chat, this live? I hope it's coming off nice on your end. Okay. Okay, we are all here doing our best to make this as productive as possible. But as you see, there are technical limitations. But this is still, yeah, this is a privilege, Veronica. It's amazing. It's amazing, and I wanted you to participate in this. You know, I said it's such a joy to be talking to them and receive all these answers and have no one around sometimes, just us. So I'm very happy that I'm doing this live with 765 people watching. Okay, so thank you very much. We're a family here, and thank you, Khalil, for being available. Okay, we have the answer about the materials. What material are your crafts made out of? Okay, Khalil responds. The ships are made of polymorphic titanium alloys. This means the ship can heal itself if damage is received. It is titanium similar, not exactly titanium, as it is the best material to describe the material. It is a dust that takes its shape when a frequency is activated through it. And the shape is controlled by the computer. Okay, let's reread this. It's titanium similar, not exactly titanium, as it is the best material to describe the material. It is a dust, very interesting, that takes its shape when a frequency is activated through it. And the shape is controlled by the computer. So that's the answer. Now, Khalil is telling me, yes, I'm fine, thank you. So it seems he can still continue. Very well, very well. I'm happy. The bearded one is asking the following. What technology do the ships use to hear our thoughts? Oh, the answer. I'm sorry, that's classified. I wonder why. Okay, what technology do the ships use to hear our thoughts? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see why that could be classified. I'm sorry, that's classified. But I can say it is based on the fact that thought, one second, let me just read this answer. It's based on the fact that thought and imagination and okay, I understand. But I can say it is based on the fact that thought and imagination in 3D is reality in another density. So we do look at energetic mirrors in inverted commas. We can also read frequency based on what the aura is emitting using the advanced spectrometer. Watch your thoughts, everybody. Okay, so remember, whatever we think and imagine here in 3D is reality in another density. So them being in that other density, they can access that, I imagine, and this way have the access to our thoughts. So we do look at energetic mirrors. They look at what our thoughts and imaginations reflect on the other side. Insane. Now, you see, these are the kinds of answers that no way I could come up with. Now, you are a witness to this. I am not inventing this. I'm receiving this live. They are amazing answers. I'm actually learning with you as we go. These are not the answers I expected. We are all here learning and expanding our knowledge about all these things. Amazing. Next question, Saito. How much does it take to build a spaceship? The answer, time? Again, the time, that's very subjective. Okay, time depends on the ship, but it may take years to build one, like 2 to 10 years of construction. Some parts of a ship are made by frequency management. This means that the ship exists in a hologram as it was designed in and with a computer, and then the computer itself imposes the frequency on the hull of the ship, activating and aligning the polymorphic alloy in the shape of a dust. This means that the ship exists in a hologram as it was designed in and with a computer, and then the computer itself then imposes the frequency on the hull of the ship. Okay. So the ship is built from the inside out, making the engine and central computer first, because the engine itself and the computer also are involved in the construction of the hull, as the polymorphic alloy will go forming the hull and the inside and everything as we go. Insane. Then crew and workers fill the ship with cables and things like furniture and everything needed inside. I didn't know this. Okay, and he keeps writing. He loves the ships and he loves talking about the ships. So once we get a good question about the ships and its operation, his passion awakens. Well, he's actually passionate about everything, about so many different subjects, but I think especially about piloting and crafts and all that. Okay, so he's still writing. Let's see what else comes out. In the meantime, let me just go back a sentence. So then a crew and workers fill the ship with cables and things like furniture and everything needed inside. But the hull and ship itself will be made by itself, by the computer, using the engines. We only need to feed the computer with the polymorphic alloy. Wow. Interesting. If I'm breaking up, then I will, remember, I will make the video separately with the questions and answers. Someone is asking, do you use helmets? Yeah, that question. Mironsky is asking, how long does it take to train to fly a ship? Okay. Oh, there is an additional point about the polymorphic material. The polymorphic alloy will follow the hologram energy output of the engine. The polymorphic alloy will follow the hologram energy output of the engine. Okay, so how long does it take to train to fly a ship? The answer, depending on the job. Time is difficult to calculate here. Remember, it's very difficult for them to talk in time ways, time questions, time structures, time frames. It's difficult to find the equivalent sometimes for them. Remember that just as for us, it's difficult to think not in a linear way. For them, it's difficult to think in a linear way. So the answer is, depending on the job, time is difficult to calculate here. Say like 2 years for a normal ship, 4 years to 6 years for a fighter. Question, do you use helmets? The answer, yes, we do helmets, but not always. Here we have a question about fireball crafts. Let's see. He's saying, yes, we do use helmets, but not always. I have a white one right here behind me. Okay. Now, question for me, what is that white helmet for? What do you use it for? Okay, meanwhile, he's answering this question. Liminal consciousness is asking, hi guys, which beings use fireball crafts? The answer, fireball crafts may be too many things I cannot define. It is possible, but that sounds more like ball lightning to me. But it could be, it's still writing, okay? Could be too many things. I cannot define it. It's possible, but that sounds more like ball lightning to me. Helmet. What is helmet used for? This helmet is used to fly fighter craft like Susie. Remember, it's a personal ship. The question was from Pella. How does a pilot learn navigation? Is there an academy? Yes, he says, there is an academy. That's right, he says. There is an academy. That's right. And he keeps writing. Let's see if I can find questions in the meantime. Remember, questions about navigation and technology. Technology. Do you have children? No. Right now, just specific questions about technology and navigation, please. So right now we will not talk about reincarnation traps, but I can tell you there are no reincarnation traps. It's all done by mind manipulation. You are your own trap. Your own mental programming is a trap. So going back to the academy, yes, there is an academy. That's right. We learn many things in academy, including navigation. Okay, next question from Deborah. Is it magnetic-like quality that holds the dust together and repairs the ship? This specific dust that we just explained was used as a material for the ship. So is it a magnetic-like quality that holds the dust together and repairs the ship? The answer from Kalel: not exactly magnetic, but it is related. It is more like managing the harmonics of a frequency that controls the dust. So one activated the dust is harder than solid steel. Okay, once activated, the dust is harder than solid steel. But in essence, that is magnetism of a very high order. Remember that Kalel is writing fast and sometimes mistakes in spellings occur as well, as I do all the time. Actually, I don't even make mistakes with spelling. I completely change the words. I don't know what's happening to me. I want to say, for example, the dog is running, and I say the tiger is running. I have no idea why. So the question was about spaceship. And here, have you built spaceship only by your hand? Question from Saito. Don't worry, Kalel. Don't worry, Kalel. Yeah. Okay. The question was this: you have built some spaceship only by hand? Not I, but in theory, I could. I know a guy that has made more than one spacecraft by hand. There is one man on board right now that has made more than one spacecraft. I can also tell you that he's the one that loves ship races, ships competitions, racing. Khaled, don't worry. You just I think there was just one word that was written wrong, and that's all. Don't worry. Let's see what more we have here. Okay, questions. Let's see some interesting question. I mean, in a way, they're all interesting, no? Well, let's see. Let's ask this one. Okay. Okay. Dale here has forwarded this question from Aaron. How do you create your life support on the ship? Thank you, by the way, everybody, for participating and for your questions. I couldn't do this without you, no? This way you can see that these are not pre-prepared answers. You know, we are getting these questions from the chat and receiving immediate, live, real-time answers. You know, and this can be only answered by someone, you know, who's living this reality in front of them. You know, as I told you, they never doubt. They never, you know, hesitate when giving answers. No matter what we ask, the answers are always precise, specific, coherent, logical. They make sense. They fit with whatever information was presented before. You know, and this is a real life communication. Here, there is no consulting any material, any books, as some people in the Spanish world have said that we are consulting this, you know, getting material from some PDF, some material from Bilim. I don't even know what theories float, but we are not getting this from anywhere. And these people answering us, our Taygetan team, they are responding real life, immediate answers, coherent, precise, detailed. This can only be given by someone who is living this reality. Okay, the question was, how do you create your life support on the ship? The answer. Long answer, as it is made of many complex systems, from the artificial gravity to the pressurization systems, temperature, management, and air quality. Artificial gravity also cleans and ionizes the air inside, and that makes it nice and breathable. It is all computer controlled with several redundant systems back to back. In the case of the artificial gravity, there are 4 of them. The air is made on the ship, combining oxygen and nitrogen as well as the water. Long answer, he says. He could just go on and on and on about the whole management of the ship. Dominique is asking, what is your itinerary around Earth? How do you plan? I'm not sure I fully understand this question, but it came up. Let's see how it was understood by Kalel. How fast can you type, Kalel? Someone is asking. He's trying his best. Oh, okay. Do you use electricity? Christopher is asking. Let's ask this question. Okay. Okay. Okay, what is your itinerary around Earth? How do you plan? The answer, we sit down in a council and we decide the best course of action. Simple as that. In a council, as you know, they operate with councils. They have councils meetings where each of them contributes their ideas. They don't have voting systems. They just try to agree in a group on the best outcome, on the best result, on the best decision, on the best conclusion. Kalel is saying that he is fast typer, but Aneka is the fastest. Yeah, Aneka is the fastest typer. Okay, so Christopher is asking, do you use electricity? He's asking, now let me, I'm kind of thirsty. Okay. Let's see, more questions. Okay, wait. This was an interesting question. Interesting question. Okay, let's go with this one here. Okay. Remember, there was a question about electricity. Do you use electricity? Just about everything here is electric or magnetic. Some pneumatic systems, like on the doors, and hydraulic systems, like in the frontal access ramp. Okay, Jose Luis Castro Paternina is asking this. What was the most difficult test in the academy? The answer, timeline management using mathematical models. I would fail that poorly, I am afraid, now in this life. Timeline management using mathematical models. Okay, the question is from LGL Studios. When you travel in your ships, you generate massive power to travel faster than light. Human with soul can travel also. What power amount type does human need? What meditation needed? Interesting question. Let's see. Let's wait for the answer. Let's see what else we can find here. Okay. Do you get traveling space? Okay, let's ask that one. Okay. Okay. Dale is also helping with the questions. Dale, I hope you're doing okay there. I hope you are doing okay there. I'm okay. I'm just very thirsty. I could continue this for hours, by the way, so you know. But this is not up to me. This is up to Kalel. Okay, Dale is saying he's doing okay. Thank you very much for watching again. I hope you're enjoying this surprise. Okay, let's see what other questions we find in the interesting comments. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Okay. Okay, we need to go very soon. Kalel is letting us know that we need to, unfortunately, finish soon. Maybe we can repeat this some other time. But for now, I think we need to finish soon. Okay, so let's see if we might get the answer to the previous question. I think he's answering this last question. Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. I don't know the exact power needed for it. That's the answer. Oh my, I got confused. Okay. So the question was, when you travel in your ships, you generate massive power to travel faster than light. Human with soul can travel also. What power amount type does a human need? What meditation needed? The answer, I don't know the exact power needed for a human. I don't know the exact power needed for a human, only calculate it as with mass. But your mind and heart can make the entire body travel, as it has been seen in some places in India, Nepal, and Japan, among other places. What meditation? Not so much which one. It is a concentration problem, or concentration is needed, real intention. So it's not so much about the technique, it's about your focus and concentration and intention. Okay, I think they are already saying goodbye in the chat. Let me see. Let me just say goodbye. Now he's answering the last question. The question was, have you ever gone to any unexplored parts of space? Not explored parts of space. Yes, sand clock pilots, those time frequency pilots, sand clock pilots do exactly that. That's why we have the higher getting lost rate of all. Okay. So no more questions. We have finished this session with Kalel. Thank you so much for everybody's participation and for your questions, for your patience in the beginning regarding the sound. I have no idea about what happened, but I think it worked out. I am going to the video summarizing all the questions and answers. So you will receive this again in a separate video. Thank you, everybody. I'm a bit tired, so I need to relax. This was a very special moment for me and for you and for them as well. I hope it worked out okay. It was the first time. I truly hope that the next times, if we ever repeat, could be better, even like technically speaking. Thank you very much, Dale Harder, also for giving us your help. All right, and Flint Sky, thank you very much as well. I'm going to say goodbye now, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Gosha out. Gosha out. Bye.